Oh, spooky. It's Kieran here, and I'm very excited to be looking at a FMV video game. An old FMV video game. Well, it's not really that old. Ooh. Listen to that spooky music. So, this game looks like it came out in 1993, but it actually came out in 2003. So obviously it's called The Sydney Mystery. It was basically put together by one guy, apparently. Yeah, Brendan Revel, that's him, and some other people were involved, but I suppose to a lesser extent, because he basically filmed it, wrote it, coded it himself, and it took him 3 years. I'm thinking maybe he should have put a few more years in, because from what I hear, this is one of the worst FMV video games ever made, so that's one of the reasons I'm very excited to try it. And the second reason is that it's actually set in the place that I live, Sydney. It's one of the few video games ever made that is actually set where I live. So I'm very excited to see some familiar landmarks. Maybe we'll even see my house. Now, I've actually tried to get this game running a couple of times before. I know this is not going to be worth the effort given the quality I've seen from the game so far, but I'm really desperate to give it a go. I kind of find these sort of bad games kind of fun in a quirky way. Look at that Sydney sky. Well, those buildings don't look like they should be there. But yeah, look at that sky. It's very ominous. If it was smoke, it'd be realistic to life right now. That's a topical reference that's probably going to date, but yeah, it just looks a lot clearer than our air currently. So let's dive in. So these videos didn't work for me last time I tried this, so I'm very pleased to see that they're actually working now. Hopefully we can get through without the game crashing this time. Oh, spooky. Is it just me, or does everything look slightly wonky in this house? I mean, like, the clock doesn't look perpendicular to the floor doesn't look perpendicular to the wall. Are you intrigued? My guess is no. Don't go in there, it's private. Look, who knows what Grandpa's doing?
Hey, haven't seen you for a while.
No, I've never been here before. Oh, I just thought I'd come and visit you, Reg.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. No.
That made it look like it was like the boy next door came around. It was like the start of a gay porno. The boy next door came around and said, "Oh, I haven't seen you for a while," and then he whipped out his todger and started approaching him. "What are you doing?" Oh, I know this is going to be great already.
Wow, it's great to be home.
Yep. Alright, here we go. Some quick help. Use the mouse. That's always a good start. Left button does actions. Right button switches items. Seems pretty straightforward. In conversations, offer items by placing them over the character. You know, just like in real life. Hit escape from the menu and to skip videos. Why would I want to skip any of those videos? They're gold. Explore the world carefully. Alright, so that tells me that I should probably do a bit of save scumming. Let's get into it.
My mailbox is empty, even though I've been away for ages.
No bills, that's pretty lucky.
Well, it's my house. Looks the same as when I left it. Well, it's my house. Looks the same as when I left it.
We heard you. Now this looks like everybody's grandparents' place. If you've ever lived in Sydney, or not even in Sydney, just anywhere in Australia, you go around to your grandparents' house and it always looks like this. Guaranteed.
These plants are pretty tall.
Good observation. Yeah, I'm getting a very general grandma house vibe here.
And now the door is open.
So she was away from home, I'm presuming she lives by herself all that time, and she just had the screen door shut. Okay. Ugh. Look at this decor.
This is my living room. Pretty tastefully decorated, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I don't agree with you with that one. It's a boomerang.
Now I have a boomerang.
Of course. What on earth would we use that for? We're going to be throwing it at a criminal before too long. See, look, there's the mail. Someone brought it in for you.
The light's flashing. I must have a message.
Welcome back to Sydney. It's Uncle Fred here.
Sounds like Roy Billing.
This is important.
G'day.
Come visit me as soon
Kimmy's
as you
dad.
can. I can't talk about it over the phone, but I've discovered something very important. I'll tell you when I see you.
A neighbour. He keeps walking to his house and showing his Roger Thomas to me. Come around right away. Ugh. Another disgusting room. Look at this state-of-the-art computer. That's the kind of computer that this game was developed on, I bet you. It's a nice towel there. Oh. Never know when we'll need
Now I
some
have
tape.
some sticky tape. Now I have a pair of scissors.
And some scissors that don't look like they'd even be able to cut a piece of paper. A remote for your second TV. Can't play on the computer. Can we take the Dalmatian toy? No, we can't.
I think I'll take this shirt for later.
In case I get so sweaty that I need a new shirt. Oh, what? So I've got to scroll through all of the options to get out of it. Wow, good design.
Now
And
I
a
have a
coat
coat
hanger
hanger.
too. In case Vera Drake needs a hand with something later on. Alright, so we've got to go to the uncle's house, so I'm presuming I just need to go out to the street. There we go, uncle's house, so that's where we... Oh, of course they're a rich Kirribilli person. Here we are, beautiful scenic Sydney from nearly 10 years ago, 20 years ago at this point. This is about 18 years ago if this is 2003. So that's where the Prime Minister lives. Well, who are we kidding? He doesn't live there, he lives in Canberra. But that's one of his houses anyway. All the buildings are much shorter. There's much bigger buildings here now. I don't see the uncle's house anywhere. Maybe he lives in the city. Wow. Okay. Does he live in the Opera House? I wouldn't guess so. Oh, look. I don't want to give too much about myself away, but that's where I live over there. Not the Blue Mountains. Are we going as far as the Blue Mountains in this game? Jeez, how much of Sydney does this cover? I wouldn't even say the Blue Mountains are in Sydney. Okay, south of the city. Oh, would you look at that? Old school Darling Harbour with the Sega World building still there. That's long gone now, but oh, gosh, that brings back memories. The Sega World building. Wasn't there for very long, but oh, man, I love me some Sega World. None of this is here anymore. I'm sure this interests nobody, but this is like a personal hobby of mine, just looking at old Sydney. This is what drew me to this game in the first place. I didn't know if it was going to be good or not. I mean, who am I kidding? I knew it was going to be bad, but I just wanted to see how the city itself was portrayed. So still, there's nothing here. There's nothing here for me to do. There's no uncle house. I'm guessing the options will come up later on. Alright. Does he live on the big... Oh, there it is, uncle's house. So he lives all the way over here in... What is that? It's not Watson's Bay. It's Milson's Point, with Luna Park, of course. Lavender Bay. I think that's Lavender Bay. I could be wrong. But so, he's another rich guy. Anyway, let's go there. Ooh. Walk to driveway, look at the garden. I'm gonna look at the garden. Why not?
What a nice house.
See, the music is way too ominous for what's going on. So she's strolling through the front yard, admiring the garden, and the music's telling us that, like, the killer's gonna sneak up any second now. Speaking of, I should probably save. Let's save. I wouldn't say it's that nice of a house. Maybe it's just the photograph not doing it justice, but...
My uncle lives in a very pretty house.
Yeah, I guess it's alright. He doesn't even have paving on his driveway. Right, here we go. This is the house that we saw at the front. Watch out for little Jimmy next door coming running over with his Todger out. His Free Willy hanging.
It's a note from the police. It says that this is a crime scene because of a missing person. I have to go inside. I'm really worried about my uncle now.
You don't sound that worried. Alright, we're inside. Back in this wonky looking house. I mean, it's just something... I guess it's my OCD personality sneaking in here, but there's just something off about the dimensions of this room. It looks like it's leaning in on itself, like these two walls are coming in towards each other. Maybe it's the angle of the pictures too. It just doesn't look nice. It looks like it smells musty. I'm getting that strong mildewy vibe just looking at this picture. Oh, here we go. Oh.
It's a slab of marble.
What on earth would you need a slab of marble like that for? Is it a chopping board?
It looks like half of a menu, but it's missing the
Can we
top.
get the
where
matches?
the name would be.
That's helpful.
That's a pretty exciting statue my uncle has.
Wow. You sound as excited about that statue as you do your uncle going missing.
That's a
So
pretty
can't-
exciting
can't
statue
get the
my
matches,
uncle
alright.
has.
You could get the scissors and the sticky tape, but you can't get the matches. Alright.
It's a really nice room. Most people wouldn't expect a private investigator to have such a nicely decorated place. My uncle always was into the finer things in life, as well as having a good time.
Okay. So he's a private investigator with a nice house, I guess. I mean, my house doesn't look anywhere near as this nice, but even by 2003 standards, I wouldn't say that this is nice. I mean, they could have at least turned some lights on, I guess.
It's a really nice room.
Oh, we
Most
already heard
people
this.
wouldn't expect. The piano. We would sit around for hours and sing songs when I was little. It's a photograph of a house. For some reason, I think it's my uncle's, but I don't know what he uses it for.
You don't know what he uses a photo of the house for? Another wonky room! Well, this is a hallway, but what is going on? Oh.
It's a very artistic painting.
Sounds like she was barely able to hold back the laughter while recording that
It's a
line.
very artistic painting.
It's a very artistic painting. Oh, brilliant Photoshop effort here.
It's a photo of me with my uncle. It's taken a few years ago, though.
Oh, okay. So the main character is apparently Phoebe from Friends, and then we've got Uncle Reg here.
The dining room is very quiet without my uncle here.
It's also very dark. It's got like a dish with it looks like a necklace on it. You know, as you do. What is that over there? Is that a bottle of spray and wipe?
It's a newspaper article about the bombing of the Sydney Opera House.
Do you hear that?
It's the third bombing in the last month. Everybody in the city is really
Can you
worried.
stop talking so I can... Alright, did you hear the screw up at the start of the line there? I mean, it's not like I never screw up myself, but
It's a
listen.
newspaper article about the bombing of the Sydney
a newspaper
Opera House.
article.
It's a newspaper article about the bombing of the Sydney Opera House. It's the third bombing in the last month. Everybody in the city is really worried.
By the way, I like it's how it's the Sydney Morning Herald, but reversed. So we know that there's a mad bomber blowing stuff up, including the Opera House in the city, which is very surprising. I can say that we've had a lot of bad stuff happen throughout the years, but I can safely say that I don't think we've ever had or been lucky enough to never have a mad bomber running around. By the way, do you think if they'd blown up the Opera House or a bomber had attacked the Opera House, they'd use a photo of the Opera House on the front of the newspaper? Okay, moving on. Office. Oh, here, this is where the magic happened.
This private sign on the door has been there as long as I can remember.
Oh, so that's a safe, is it? 3 keys. It's extra secure. This one down here didn't deserve 3 holes.
This first keyhole looks golden. The second keyhole looks silver. This third keyhole looks bronze.
More quality voice acting there. Okay, so we're gonna have to find 3 keys that are 3 separate types of metal, I suppose.
I don't think my uncle would like me poking through his private drawers.
You don't have a problem with poking around everything else in his house.
This is my uncle's private study. It's where he did his work from home.
Look at that massive book. Have you ever seen a book that big? Maybe it's a board game, but my guess it's a huge book. Like it's the size of the whole stand here.
My uncle has left a note for me. It says, "Dear niece, I'm I'm really worried.
Doesn't know what a
I think
nave
I'm in
is.
danger. Find 3 keys to open my safe. The first key is next door. The second key is with my good friend
Oh,
Reginald. The third key is in the city near Town Hall. Be careful.
Very specific instructions there. You know, right next to Town Hall. I apparently left one of the keys with the creepy neighbor who came in, you know, a bit earlier. Anyway, I should move on from that joke. Alright, we're going to moonwalk back out of the house and head over to the neighbor's house, I guess. We can look at the view, apparently. Wow, what a view. This looks like it's in the middle of the countryside. It doesn't look like it's in Lavender Bay or wherever we established this was before.
It's a big field.
You know, the middle of the CBD. Famous for its big fields. Well, that's helpful. Alright. Oh, now we have neighbor's house option. Okay.
Here we are, right next door to my uncle's house. I remember his neighbour from when I was very young. She once yelled at me. I can't even remember why. I never quite trusted her after that.
Because she yelled at you? You're probably picking fruit from her front yard. This looks like a completely different neighborhood. Are we sure we're next door? Is this the next suburb over? There's Ethel. She's left some crap on the... like her bag of tools for weeding over there. Ooh. Alright, better save in case Ethel, you know, comes at us with a knife. Alright, let's go. She's gonna yell at us again. Oh look, we've climbed up into a tree. Look, there's a magic glowing thing there.
There's something sparkling in the tree, but I can't reach it by myself.
Maybe Ethel can help you. Throw a boomerang at
That
it.
doesn't seem to work.
Get the
That
Kang
doesn't seem
hanger
to
up
work.
there. I said Kanger. Cross between coat hanger and hanger. Alright, let's talk to Ethel. Right. Here we... Alright, let's talk to her.
Oh, you're back in Sydney. Such a pity your uncle's not here to welcome you back.
I never trusted her. Who are you? Do you want a boomerang?
No, thanks. I don't need that. As you know, I'm Darlene. I've been your uncle's
Ethel
next door
before.
neighbour for 20 years.
Do you recognise me? You shouted at me before.
I've known you since you were just a little baby.
Oh, that's kind of creepy.
He's been a great next door neighbour for so long. Always very kind and considerate.
Why didn't anyone inform me that he was my uncle?
Nobody knew you were back in town. Otherwise you would have been told before now.
Was there a break-in?
There were no signs of a break-in, which is strange.
Do you hear the cameraman bumped the microphone right at the end there?
Oh, he's a lovely old fellow. He's been a great friend of your uncle's for a long, long time.
Someone's vacuuming in the background. Did you hear that?
Oh, he's a lovely old fellow. He's been a great friend of your uncle's for a long, long time.
No take two, apparently. Is there anything else we can offer you?
No, thanks. I don't need that.
Maybe a yellow
No,
shirt?
thanks. I don't need that.
Replace your lovely purple one? No, I won't do that, right. So where's
Goodbye. I hope everything goes okay.
the key? Why didn't I ask her for the key? There was no option to. Anyway, maybe it's hidden around here somewhere. It's the glowing thing in the tree, surely. But this is my clothesline. This is my backyard. It looks exactly like it. I've got that same thing. I don't have the little peg bag, but I've got that same thing that you get at the $2 shop. And those are my green jeans.
I don't think I want green pants.
What are they there for then?
That doesn't seem to work. That doesn't seem to work.
Let's go to Reg's house. Oh, what? So the footage is black and white now.
This must be Reginald's house.
He lives in the
He's
black
an
and
old
white
friend of
world.
my uncle's. It's on a busy road, but it looks like a cool old house.
Okay, so we're back in colour. 74. 40. What the? You all saw that, right? It says 47 here, you get up close and it says 74. Someone screwed up. Well, which is it? 74 or 47? Alright, so I can't go up to the front door. Oh, apparently I can. Apparently I can't. Oh, no, I'm gonna go one step at a time. Let's go, one step. Oh, there's your big bag of fertilizer. Oh, look, here's your empty fruit box. Nice frangipani, I think. Walk to the end. Oh, look, another empty box.
It's just an empty box.
Can I do anything with it? Maybe I can cut up some nice shapes with it.
That doesn't seem to work.
Maybe I can tape it back closed.
That doesn't seem to work.
Right, so we came around the side of the house and we looked at a box. Exciting. Again, we've come here, we've achieved nothing. We have none of the keys. Let's go to the rocks, I guess. So the rocks are over here. So that's the rocks. So I'm guessing that's where we need to go. There we go. Now we've got the rocks. Why are we in black and white now? It was Old Town, Sydney Town.
Sitting right beneath the harbour bridge is the area called the Rocks. It's where the earliest settlement in Sydney stood, and now it's an historic area. The Opera House is just across the water.
Area.
The city is very nearby too.
You could almost say it's in the city. Oh look, there's Circular Quay.
There are a lot more skyscrapers these days.
There's even more
It's a
now.
beautiful day here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful black and white day. Once went to a wedding over there. Who is this guy? So this is all we get to see of the rocks? This isn't even the rocks, this is just like the harbour foreshore. Who is this guy? Is that Reg? Well, it's weird that he actually has a neighbour called Reg because I was calling her uncle Reg before, so try not to get confused if you're playing along at home, folks. I love this. Alright, let's save it in case he attacks us with a gun or something. Oh, and we walked straight past him and we're standing on the other side.
Hello there.
Hello.
My name's Reginald. You can call me Reg. I'm just down here for my daily walk. It's a beautiful view.
So he walked all the way from over there. Oh, do you want a boomerang?
Hello there.
Do you want a boomerang? Hello there. So he walked all the way from over there, presumably along there, climbed up to the bridge, went across the bridge, down the other side, and then came over here. Ah, it's my daily walk. I'm really tired. So I like to imagine she walked around to every single person in this area just asking, are you Reginald? Are you Reginald? Because presumably she's never seen this guy before.
Oh yes, I know your uncle well. He's a dear friend to me.
Wait, he lives on the other side, so he lives further over here. He lives, presumably over in Kirribilli, so that's even further. Anyway, I'll stop harping on about it.
What? He's missing?
What?
Goodness gracious, this is terrible.
Sound awful suspicious.
Really? I hope the police can find him soon then. You never know what the police will miss. I do recommend you investigate any leads you can.
Okay.
If he left a note for you, you really should investigate it yourself. The police will be much too slow.
How come the police didn't investigate the house at all? Everything was left untouched. The note was left untouched. I guess it wasn't evidence, but surely the police would have read that note and went, Yeah, okay. What do you do?
I used to work as a private investigator, just like your uncle.
A pirate
We worked
investigator?
together many years ago.
I used to work as a pirate investigator.
I used to work as a private investigator, just like your uncle. We worked together many years ago.
Surprising that he's never mentioned you before.
I've no idea why he's missing. I hope it's just a mistake.
So, I can't mention that you have the key. Why can't I get the key from you? Do you want me to stab you with scissors?
Hello there.
Well, hi.
If he left a note for you, you really should investigate it yourself.
All
The
right.
police will be much too slow.
So there's no way to ask him for the key.
Goodbye.
There's a ferry going past in the background. And now we're going to moonwalk away from him. Well, he said the other key was near Town Hall, so I guess that's my only lead. So let's go to the city. Look, it's the QVB.
In the middle of this thriving metropolis is one big intersection. The town hall stands directly across the street as buses, cars and pedestrians race by. My uncle hid his key in the middle of this.
My uncle hid his key in the middle of this. No take two. Again, a lot more buildings here now. Right, let's try not to get hit by a car and run across. Ah, whew, we made it. Look at the view. Wow. A building under construction. So that is basically a big mall now.
Another construction site in the middle of the city. There's a lot of construction going on in Sydney at the moment.
When isn't there? Alright. Alright, walk here. So now we're standing at a slightly different angle. We can look at the QVB. Oh, and the ABC shop. Go in there and buy your Kath and Kim DVDs while you're here. And we're gonna creep up inside. Oh, here's a brochure. A giant poster-sized brochure on the ground.
Now I have a tourist brochure. I wonder what I'll do with it.
Yeah, me too. Can I use the brochure on the building? Don't tell me this is another bust. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can click on. I'm still no closer to getting any of the keys than I was before. Maybe Reginald. Oh, do you know Reginald?
Oh, he's a lovely
We
old
already asked
fellow.
this.
He's been a great friend of your uncle's for a long,
There's
long
the
time.
vacuuming again. Right, Reg.
Hello again.
What do you know about Sydney?
Hello there.
Nothing, apparently.
Hello there.
Again, completely useless.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for nothing, asshole. How about we go somewhere we haven't been yet? Okay, Opera House.
The majestic opera house sits on the eye of the harbour.
No, I'm on the other side of the water from it, though. There's Reginald over there. Hello there. Alright, there's just a random bottle of VB there, sitting out in the sun. Well, I know why it's sitting there unopened, because nobody wants to drink it. A little bit of trivia for you. The V and the B in VB stands for vial and bile, just in case you didn't know. We can pick up the beer.
Aha! Now I've got a good Aussie beer.
Well, you've got an Aussie beer. Can I drink it? Hard and thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vicks. Can I give Reg the beer? Hello there.
Hello again.
Do you want a beer, Reg? No, I don't drink VB.
Hello there.
I can't get over that.
Goodbye.
We can only go to town hall in the city. We know that that's useless. Oh, okay, we're apparently somewhere else now. So we're right outside the Museum of Sydney. Alright, so maybe there's something over here we're missing. Telephone.
Now I have a big coin.
A big coin, aka a 50-cent piece. Can I make a telephone call with my big coin? Do I have to cycle through every single one of these items? Let's see if we can make a call with the big coin. Nope. All these phones are being taken out. By the way, a little bit of Sydney trivia for you. They replace them with Wi-Fi hotspots, so you can, I don't know, do some Facebooking in case of emergencies.
There's a screwdriver down there, but I can't reach it with my hands.
I'm sure that's going to be useful. And a screw.
This screw holds the cover of the drain firmly in place.
So a bit of a catch-22. We can't get the screwdriver because it's screwed down. And by the way, I don't know why the screw is right in the middle when it should be there or there. But yeah, catch-22. Can't get to the screw because of the screw. The screwdriver because of the screw. And we can't get to the screw because of the screwdriver. Yeah, we get it. We get it. Maybe the big coin can help us out.
That doesn't seem to work. This screw holds the cover of the drain firmly in place. That doesn't seem to work.
Nothing works. So a screwdriver would be nice, I guess. Walk forward. Oh, so now we're in a different part of the city. Oh, there's a sticker. And
Now I have a sticker that says urgent.
great. Very empty looking Martin Place. Oh, here we are. Lovely Martin Place. Where we can look at some flowers, apparently, because that's what we need to do. Wow, they're great.
What a nice bunch of flowers.
Yeah, lovely. And can we chop them up with the scissors?
The flowers are now cut. I wonder if I should take them.
Okay, apparently we did just chop them up with the scissors. Did we? Okay. Where are the flowers that I just cut?
Now I've got some flowers.
Beautiful. Let's go.
Hello there.
Reg, you are useless.
Hello there. Hello there. Goodbye.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Reg. Are you thirsty?
No, thanks. I don't need that.
Nobody does, trust me.
Goodbye, and be careful.
We were going so well, and I feel like we're already stuck. Let's go. Yep, nothing here. Blue Mountains, nothing here. Nice view, nothing here. Oh dear. Look, typically, I don't get this stuck in these kind of games, but this game
It's
is
just
just...
an empty box.
The design is crap, of course, we know that by now. And they're just giving me nothing. They're giving me nothing. Alright. So, through the power of editing, I'm going to look up the next step in a walkthrough, and then we might get an idea of what to do next. So, see you in a sec.